On 31st August 2021, different religious leaders and practitioners petitioned government over failure to open worship centers, which could be a reason why Ugandans are choosing sin over mankind. These think if government doesn't rethink, the Masaka incident is a clear example that the country is entangled in trouble.
The time the churches and the mosques were open, I would go and confess my sins. But now I'm thinking, sin is okay.
But the things, the wickedness we see in Masaka is an issue for corporate prayer. Yeah. The wickedness, the disasters we see, the drought, all those manner of things are issues for which we must gather and plead for mercy before God.
They have advised government to consider changing the mindset of Ugandans through praise and worship for the better Uganda everyone needs.
We are thirsty. We would like the places of worship to be opened. Spiritual damage is too much. I feel it.
To those who are in authority, without the anchor of our moral fabric, which for many of us is actually our faith, will fall into pieces.
That leaders in worshiping centers have this leadership skill that even every person listens to them. And from the onset, they have been basically following the soaps to the dot. And therefore, there is no reason why we shouldn't open churches for people to pray.
They also want government to consider balancing spiritual needs and regulate all places of worship when reopened.
Is that we are challenging the discriminatory treatment that has been given to places of worship. We have very many businesses that have mammoth crowds operating, but when it comes to places of worship, then suddenly COVID awakens from slumber. It's seated there waiting for the same people who go to Chikuwo, who go to work, who use public means of transport. The minute they step in places of worship, then suddenly it has to,
Religious leaders think if all worship places are opened, it would be easier to make Ugandans understand that sin is not the only option for one to be hopeful. Shaidat in Nasaku, UBC News.